Hello everybody and welcome back to FX Suite. Today we're going to be taking a look at the top gainers, top losers, and what you can expect from these coins. But before we actually get into the technicals of the stuff, I want to direct your attention to the FX Suite YouTube channel. If you enjoy the content that we put out and want to stay updated with the hottest trends in the cryptocurrency market, please make sure to hit the subscribe button and click on the bell icon. You can also follow us on Twitter at FXSCrypto. If you like my analysis, you can also follow me on Twitter at Mangeko with the 0 at the end. So the top gainer of the week was basically Zilliqa, DigiByte, and HOT. So Zilliqa rallied roughly 140% upswing, and seems like it's gonna continue doing so, right? So let's take a look at what happened with Zilliqa and why it actually rallied. So the major reason why Zilliqa rallied was because of their entry or the foray into the metaverse with something called as Metapolis. Right, and what's really interesting from a technical standpoint is we're not going to dwell deep into the news or what actually means for the Zilliqa ecosystem. We're only going to be taking a look at the technical aspects of ZIL, right? So a lot of altcoins presented this extremely downswing or a steep correction phase. When broken out of that, they rallied quite a bit. Like some rallied exponentially and others not so much, right? Like if you take a look at XRP has been slowly and steadily climbing higher, but you haven't seen anything explosive from it yet. If you take a look at Sol is also doing the same thing. It's rallying relatively more than XRP, but it's not rallying as much as Zilliqa over here or a couple of other altcoins. So yeah, just watch out for the coins that haven't breached this downtrend here, and just keep an eye on that. So back to Zilliqa, right? So from a daily time frame perspective, Zilliqa is currently, I think it's collected liquidity is resting above these swing highs over here, here, and yeah. So basically, any liquidity or above the swing highs up to 0.095 and 0.11 was collected by the pump that took place over the last 3 days. I mean, come on. It rallied 148% in basically 48 hours. Right, so what is it gonna aim for? From a 3-day perspective, let's take a look at it. You have Yep, so basically anywhere from 0.12 to 0.13, and if I'm being a little generous, it could be up to 0.136. So 0.123 to 0.136 is where the obstacle lies for Zilliqa. So that's where I believe the upside is capped for Zilliqa, at least for now. And on top of that, you could expect Zilliqa to retrace if obviously it's not going to move above this sort of resistance level here. It's going to face some serious sell-off, like people booking profits. Investors that actually managed to scoop a lot of Zilliqa around this level here are probably going to book profits around these levels, leading to a retracement to the support level here, which extends from 0.07 to 0.08. Right, assuming we get a retest of this, the downtrend would be a 35% downtrend, right? So right, so there are 2 levels here. 0.091 to 0.093 is the first level of support, where you can expect consolidation to occur. Beyond this, if we lose this, then there's a good chance Zilliqa is going to head down to 0.078 to 0.008. So these 2 levels are something that you can keep an eye on, but from a daily sample perspective, as you can see here, there is a lot of inefficiency that was present when the price actually rallied. So depending on, there hasn't even been a single red candle since 26th March, which is interesting, right? So yeah, from a 9-hour time perspective, you can see that there was an inefficiency here from roughly 0.05 to 0.008. So this is a fair value gap, and I'm expecting this to get filled only if Bitcoin breaches 45K, the level that it's already conquered now. If Bitcoin fails to hold above 45K, then yeah, I think that's what's going to happen. We're going to get a fill of this liquidity, which is basically a reversal to the mean. So that's my take on Zilliqa. The next top gainer for the day is so the next top gainer for the day is DigiByte from a weekly time frame. As you can see, last week Zilliqa valued roughly 88%, and right now it's already showing that the investors are booking profits, which is the weekly candle has opened red, or in this case blue. It makes sense for the price to reverse around here. Basically, the support, it was a very good support here back in July 2021. Same thing here in November 2021. Beautiful resistance, rejection off of the same resistance here, followed by a dip down to support extending from 0.01 to 0.018. So what can you expect from Zilliqa? Not a lot from a 3-day perspective, from a weekly perspective. From a 3-day chart, you can expect the price to head back to these levels here, which is 0.025 to 0.026. Yeah, so I'm expecting the price to get rejected. It's already been rejected here, and a retracement to this level here. In total, this would be a 31% downswing. So as long as the support level holds here, there's no threat of it undoing the gains, right? So things are looking pretty good here for DigiByte, although it did rally not a lot compared to this coin here, which was Zilliqa. A 31% retracement seems likely and a place for you to accumulate if you miss this first bull run. So that pretty much sums up my analysis for DigiByte. Let's take a look at HOT. If you missed my analysis for HOT, where it was one of the top coins in the screeners based on volumes, as you can see here, the volume for HOT or HOLO has surged 761% in the last 24 hours. So let me just go over the explanation again. The price has managed to flip the resistance level here at 0.05. Let me just take this out for now. Right, so the price has managed to flip 0.0055 resistance level into a support and retest the 739, 0.00739 resistance level. So obviously we're getting rejected by this resistance level. You can expect the price to retrace to 555. I'm just going to name this as 55 instead of saying 0.0055. And we also have it could be the downswing could stop. It's not going to come all the way down to 55 because from a lower time frame, as you can see, there was quite a bit of support present over here from a daily time frame perspective. So I'm expecting the price to stabilize anywhere from 56 to 61, and that's where I would be entering long. I think I deleted that. My bad. Right, so basically what I would be doing is entering long somewhere here with my stop losses. I took a look at the 4-hour time frame to get my stop losses. Yep, somewhere around here. As for the upside, as you can see, the price is already retested the 773. A retracement would provide you a good RR, which would be 1.17. It's not a lot, but if we manage to flip the 73, 74 resistance level, then the next level that HOT could retest is 90. So in total, you're expecting anywhere between a 22 to 50% upswing for HOT. So that pretty much sums up my analysis for the top gainers. Let's take a look at the top losers of the week. Yep, so it's obviously natural. The top losers of this week were obviously the gainers of the week before that. So OGN, Origin Protocol, has dropped 24%, and it makes sense. If you were to just draw a fib extension between these levels here. Yep, right now it's hovering just above the 50% retracement level. And from a 3D perspective, it is near a support level. So from a daily time perspective, I can still see a fair value gap extending from here to here, which is 0.51 to 0.58 is where I see a fair value gap. But I wouldn't be in a hurry to open a long position for Origin Protocol or like even to buy spot. I would probably wait for a dip into any of these three levels here, which is 0.38 to 0.48 is where I'm expecting to, if I were to, I would accumulate the coin over here. And obviously the next, the rally that occurs here, the rebound that occurs here, I'm expecting it to retest the range high at 0.855, produce a double top of sorts if we're lucky. And if we're being optimistic, the price could make a run at $1.2. So assuming from a conservative standpoint, retracement to 62 retracement level here at 0.48 will give you a 154% upswing for Origin. So from a trade perspective, this is a 3.2-hour trade. So yeah, it's only natural that Origin is retracing now, and in the next week when we discuss the top losers, mostly one of these 3 coins are going to be here, which is ZIL, DGB, or HOT. So let's move on to ANC or Anchor Protocol, the one that was launched very recently. I think I discussed this the week before that, and I think it was still the top losers. So basically, I drew this trend line here. The price has breached the trend line, got rejected by the 4-hour supply zone, and is on a free fall. And I expected the price to retest the 100% retracement level here at 2.36, and it's come very close here. And if you take a look at it, I think it also formed some sort of a triple tap setup. It's much more clear here on the 1 hour time frame perspective, where the price forms a low first, deviates the low, and then retests the same low for the third time, and this is your trigger to go long. Right, so from a 4-hour time frame, I think we are getting some sort of an equal highs around $2.6. We might get a sweep of this before the price actually retraces. So yeah, that's what I'm expecting, the sweep of the equal highs. If we do produce an equal high, then there's going to be, the price action is going to be something like this. So I'm going to consider this particular candle swing here as the swing high, and the next candle to be some sort of a red candle. In this case, I'm expecting a sweep of this and then move lower. This is where you should probably long, but if we get a flip of this level here, then there's a good chance we're going to retest the S4 supply here, which extends from 2.7 to 2.8. So that is pretty much it for Anchor. I don't see it going any lower. I don't see it going towards the 2.36 level here, because it formed a good base around $2.4. So yeah, that pretty much sums up the analysis for Anchor. Let's take a look at the last one, which is KNC. Yes, like I explained, KNC was a top loser for this week, and it rallied 25% the week before that. So from a weekly time frame perspective, I don't see anything important except for this level here, but I think we would get a much more better levels if we look at it from a 3D perspective. Yep. Right, so we have this support level here, resistance level, which was breached as the price rallied here on 8 March, retested it into a successful support level and attempted to, not attempted, I think it actually retested, yep, it retested the 3.5 resistance level here. As you can see here, both the bodies of the candlesticks here on 13th, anywhere from 10th April to 7th May, closed below 3.5. So the price retested this resistance level and is currently in retracement. And I believe this is going to continue from a daily time frame perspective. Yep, I can see it retracing down to these levels. We could never get a retest of this support level here from 2.4 to 2.54, and move higher. And the reason I'm expecting the price to move higher is because the wicks here on the daily time frame kind of look like equal highs. So the retracement here would be a good chance to accumulate a long position and move profits around equal highs. Right, so if I were to break the trade down from a 4-time perspective, we are looking at a roughly 50% upswing here, which is a 3.68 hour trade. This is how it looks from a daily time frame perspective. So yeah, KNC is looking pretty bullish compared to, actually, you know what, all of the top losers are looking pretty good. OGN looks ready for 151% upswing. ANC, yeah, so let me just provide a trade signal for this as well. So this retracement that I was talking about, you could probably enter along somewhere $2.5, and you have a 2.2 hour trade, a 9% upswing for Anchor, 151% upswing for OGN, and KNC is staring at a 50% upswing. Either way, the summary of the analysis for top losers is that there is a good chance for you to profit. Just wait for a good retracement, and that should be it. So if you enjoyed this analysis, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.